And coming back to our leading story for this morning, tributes continue to pour in from around the world for the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu. The anti-apartheid activist died yesterday at the age of 90. But joining us live now is the chairperson of the Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation, Mr. Niclas Kjellstrom-Matseke. Mr. Matseke, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I suppose quite a difficult time for the foundation. How is everyone at home, the family, the loved ones, everyone who cared so deeply about the Archbishop doing at this time?
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, it is difficult times. I would like to convey on behalf of the family and Auntie Leah the profound gratitude they feel for all the love that fellow South Africans, friends, but also leaders around the world and the average people living in Europe, the US, Asia, Middle East, Latin America are just profoundly showing their love to the family and support. And they are very grateful for that.
Yeah. I suppose when one looks at, the biography of, the Arch, one would think that that would be enough. But I suppose himself and Mum Leah thought, no, let's open a legacy foundation and do more work. And I think you're in a better position to inform us what the vision behind the Legacy Foundation was.
So the vision behind the Legacy Foundation is, it's not for us who are serving on it, we are merely servants. It's Father and Auntie Leah's wish. They founded two organizations, one that is their Tutu Legacy Foundation and one that is the IP Trust. Two sister organizations supporting each other and safeguarding their legacy. And that is profoundly important because if we think of it, the best we can do going forward is to, in our own deeds, try to do actions based on the values of the Tutus. Listening to others, fighting for justice, equality, fighting racism, taking up difficult dialogues. In a time when the world is very divided, it's important also to listen to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing so many tributes coming from public figures, Mr. Matseke, but also equally ordinary South Africans, Africans in the diaspora, people, as you said, in different parts of the world saying their lives have been changed by Ntate Desmond Tutu, the work that he has done, be it through education, be it through his activism. What legacy do you think he leaves behind at this time?
Well, his legacy is profound. It's huge. So it's difficult to wrap it up in a few sentences. But obviously, he was a religious leader. He was a freedom fighter. He was a family man. He was a fellow South African, but he was also a global icon. And I think one of the most important things is that in everything he did, it would be to strengthen the position for the weak, to support the poor, to always stand up for justice, equality. And I think the legacy is really right there, that he was a champion of healing.
And with that being said, I mean, he was one that wasn't shy from also calling out any injustices, as you've mentioned, calling out, any actions that go against humanity or at least offend the very foundation of humanity. How do you think he would want South Africans to continue with that legacy?
Well, I think it's very important. We all know that Father said, "Why can't I shut up?" And he said it with as a joke, but also with significant seriousness around it. It is so important for all of us to speak up when we see injustice, to speak up to the power if the power is not being used in the correct way. I think it is what lies in our hands now that is important in terms of his legacy. Father has done his part. The Arch has left the task to us. It's for our generation and our children to actually continue the journey. And the journey is not completed, however Father's life is.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree there with you more. It's up to us and, of course, other generations to continue their legacy. But before I let you go now, Mr. Matseke, I think the country would want to know how Mam Leah is doing at this time. My colleague Lindo Kjellstrom-Matseke was out in Soweto and just speaking to, the community of Soweto out in Vilakazi Street, and the concern kept being echoing about Mam Leah, saying their thoughts are with her. How is she doing at this time?
So Auntie Leah she's calm and collected. She is surrounded by close friends, her children. All the love and support that she needs is right there. And obviously, it's a huge loss and tremendous sorrow in her life. But there is also a little bit of relief. Father was ready. And he told us in the recent days, Mama Leah and I sat down on Christmas Eve and had a late lunch next to Father. And it became obvious that it was time and he was ready. And we had to let him go.
Well, I can't imagine what that was like for the family as well, to bid him farewell, but also the country being behind you in prayer, in thoughts, and I appreciate your time for speaking to us during this difficult time. The chairperson of the Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation, Niclas Kjellstrom-Matseke, thank you for speaking to us this morning.